All right, back with another video. Uh, the one about the brand split didn't go over too well with you guys, or at least it didn't do much. So I figured, why not try again? Because we had a draft over this past couple of days, Friday and yesterday, and as always, they promised it's going to shake everything up, right? And well, this time I kind of think it did. Let me explain. All right, so one of the issues over like the past year was on SmackDown. You had a bunch of people who eat up a lot of time. Okay, Roman eats up a lot of time. Seth Rollins eats up a lot of time. Edge eats up a lot of time. At one point, they had Daniel Bryan. He ate up a lot of time. The Mysterios would get like 5 or 10 minutes every week. And so, in a 2 hour show, that was most of the show. So, you would get a little something, revolving around the women's championship. And outside of that, I mean, it was one week you might get on TV, the next, and you might not be seen again for a month. So it squeezed a lot of people out. Now, did it make for a better show? Well, sure, but a lot of people missed time they could have gotten because they were on a 2 hour show with a bunch of people who take up a lot of time. So in this draft, they moved Seth Rollins and Edge. Well, Daniel Bryan is gone now to AEW, of course. So they moved Seth Rollins, they moved Edge, they moved Mysterios all over to Raw, which makes sense because Raw is 3 hours. And one of the problems with Raw this year was that there were way too many weeks where we got subjected to 10 minutes of Jackson Riker. Okay? I mean, 2 minutes of Jackson Riker is probably too much. Well, any minutes of Jackson Riker is too much for me, but 10 minutes is way too much. Okay? And that would just kill the whole show sometimes if it came at the wrong point in the show. And that was one of the problems. And that you didn't have somebody, enough people over there who would just eat up a lot of time. So that appears to have been rectified. We'll see how. Now we got to see how it all plays out. And now, because Big E is over there also now, and that was needed because another thing was that you didn't have like a big, like fiery, I guess, what kind of joyful energy kind of baby face. Like Drew McIntyre is very serious, and but yeah, you needed somebody on the babyface side who could provide some degree of levity, especially on a 3 hour show. And Big E is perfect for that. And he's the world champion now, and he's in the perfect position right now. He can do some really cool things. So Raw is set up a lot better now than it was. And they brought Becky over there with Seth. They brought Bianca over there now. So they're set up. They're much better set up to do a 3 hour show than they were before. And now over to SmackDown, Roman and the Usos are still there. They're going to do what they do, and that's fine. And what you got now, you got more space open up, right? And Drew is over there now, so he's going to get some time, but he's not going to get 20 minutes on top of 30 minutes that Roman and the Usos get or whatever, right? And then you got Charlotte and Sasha over there. They're going to anchor the women's division, and then that's as far as people who command TV time just by being there. That's about it. So, and and that's really all you need for a 2 hour show. And so now you have time for, like a lot of the other women and the mid card dudes or whatever to actually get more time to get rotated in and out, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks on paper like they have rectified, excuse me, the kind of distribution problem that they had there. So of course we'll see how it plays out, right? And I mean, right now some people are saying it doesn't look like Roman has a whole lot of challengers over there now. One, opportunity for somebody to step up. And two, we know he's going to WrestleMania, right? I mean, as champion. So at this point, it's more about just making the existing challengers as compelling as you possibly can for what you know is going to be a loss anyway. So I don't think it's the big problem that everybody says it is. Now I would be remiss if I did not show some love to the newest NXT call-ups. Yes, that's right. I bought this shirt before it was cool. But congratulations to Hit Row. And congratulations to Top Dollar and Ashante for getting drafted and called up to the main roster in their home state of Maryland. Because both of them played at Maryland. And they're both from Maryland. And if you grew up in Maryland like me and you live here in Maryland like me, it's really cool. Because, well, one of the more recent people to make it big in wrestling from Maryland was Patrick Clark. Yeah. Not good. But anyway, congratulations. And that's it for the draft. So now that I only have a couple minutes left, you know what it's time for. It's time for Dave Meltzer is an idiot. Okay? And this week, to keep it short, Dave Meltzer, in his infinite wisdom, went out there and said that Survivor Series is having trouble moving tickets, which immediately prompted several people to go to Ticketmaster, and then the other thing was like SeatGeek or whatever it is, and look up the ticket availability, and to find out that like Ticketmaster sold out, and that the other thing is I had like 300 tickets left in the whole building. Okay, so once again, Dave Meltzer says something really stupid, and it gets immediately disproven by people who just spent 30 seconds on their computer or their phone or whatever. Like, it's really not that, you know. What are we doing, Dave? What are we doing? Again, $12.99. You pay him $12.99 for him to tell you things like that. So, as I do here, I'm going to show you what you could have done by giving me your $12.99. Okay? Let's see. All right. First, we got to go to the comic books, of course. Okay. All right, we do. All right, so you could have gotten me. This was $5.99, $4.99. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, $4.99. Okay. You could have gotten me that one plus $4.99, Detective Comics, and that's probably all you could have gotten me in the way of comic books if you gave me your $12.99 instead. But there's more. Okay, you could have, with $12.99, if I get it on sale, could have gotten a Amazon exclusive Roman Reigns Tribal Chief Funko Pop. Okay, if you called it the right time, you'd have got it for 12. You could have gotten it for $12.99. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but $12.99 would have got you close at least. Okay, but that's not it. Okay, this one was cheaper. You could have gotten this for $12.99, and that is a Naomi Funko Pop. Let me hold up the camera here. See? Got the sunglasses and everything. Look, okay. And so you could have gotten this. And I'm going to end by making a plea to one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Please, push this woman. Okay? Okay, I am not one to argue about you leaving money on the table or whatever, because most of the time I think people who say that are talking nonsense. But this is one case. You have left money on the table, Vince McMahon, for years. Okay, and you still have a chance to do something about that and to rectify that. And she is in a good position right now to be like your veteran babyface in the women's division on SmackDown. You have a chance to do something with that. You have a chance to make some real money with her. So get your head out of your ass, Vince McMahon. Okay, please do that. Okay, she deserves that. Okay, and I don't do you deserve it, but she does. Well, the real Naomi does, not the Funko Pop. Anyway. All right. Anyhow, that's enough because I don't want to keep you all day. Draft was interesting, and we'll see how it plays out, of course, but it was fun to watch. Until next time.